There was a period, actually very recently, where I thought that I'd completely lost my drive. I just wasn't as hungry, I wasn't as frantic, I wasn't pushing the way that I used to. I thought I lost my purpose, and it scared me. I thought that something was wrong with me. I thought that I'd become lazy. I didn't know if I'd ever find out what I was meant to do when I wake up in the morning ever again. But what was actually happening is the identity that ran my life for so many years was actually starting to fall apart. It was that version of myself that was built on pressure and proving and performing and chasing approval and validation, and built on insecurity and inadequacy. And that identity worked. It actually got me results. It kept me moving and productive. But it was built on survival, not safety and alignment. And the thing is, when that identity starts to crack, there's this weird in-between void space. You're not the old you anymore, but the new version of yourself hasn't fully formed. You haven't reached your final form yet. So everything feels flat, and you might feel really unmotivated or uncertain. And that's the moment where a lot of men panic and they try to force the old drive back. They start to pack on more pressure and discipline and grind, because at least that version of themselves feels familiar. But sometimes you're not losing motivation. You're just losing this identity that was built on fear and insecurity and inadequacy. And your system is trying to reorganize around something that's more honest and authentic to you. And that space can feel very scary, very uncomfortable. It's quiet. It might feel pointless. It's the lonely chapter, but it's also where real direction actually gets rebuilt. And I've had to sit in that space myself for years, asking, if I'm not driven by proving myself or fear, then what actually matters to me now? What does the next version of me actually value? And then just taking small actions that match that, even if they feel very, very slow or less intense or without the same momentum that I had in the past. And so if you feel like you're in that weird in-between phase where the old push just doesn't work and the new clarity, the new version of yourself isn't here yet, there are blind spots underneath that shift. There are patterns around approval, seeking validation, self-worth, and identity that need to be seen. So what I did was I built a GPT, I trained it and called it the Blind Spot Detective, to help you actually map those patterns and the emotional triggers behind them that show up in your work and also in your relationships. So if you want access to it, just comment blind spots and I'll send it over so that you can actually run through it yourself.